All right, George, so I believe it's time to Demaree this hive.
Yeah, it's the exciting time of year. It's the second week of April in northern Delaware, and we're going to take a look at this hive today and probably do the first Demaree on this. And I want to walk everybody through the process in enough detail so you guys can really completely understand what we're doing. So the first thing we're going to do when we do the Demaree is we're going to go into the exchange box and we're going to make room for 4 frames of brood. So again, not much is in the exchange box yet because we have it, they're all down in the brood box. So what we're going to do, we have a little bit of bee coverage up there, not much. So we're going to take out 4 of these blank frames. A little bit of nectar on that frame, not much. So we're just going to take out. They've been up here working these a little bit, not much. So these are essentially just drawn comb. Now, if you don't have any drawn comb, you could put foundation in the brood chamber too, which is perfectly acceptable. But since we have drawn comb, we're just going to use that down below. So again, so far so good. So we're just taking out 4 of the frames from the brood chamber. And the first frame actually had a little bit of actually had some pollen and nectar in it. So we're going to leave that frame up in the box in this position here. So if you have a frame that has a little bit of food on it, I usually like to leave it in this position here, and then the other 4 spots are going to be brood frames. So far so good. So we have some open space in the exchange box, and now we're going to go into the brood chamber and we're going to see what we have. So we're going to come on here over to the keeper's hive and just easily come on in. Dave, look at how beautiful this looks. So right now we know that we have coverage on all 8 of the frames in the brood chamber. Beautiful looking bees. So we're going to take our observation window off. They're buzzing a little bit today. So just hit them with a little bit of smoke. You don't need much. And we're going to take our frame guards off. And as you notice, Dave, we have our keeper's hive quiet box right here. So this is a good way to keep everything organized. So we're just going to, again, run the frame. So we're going to start, as always, with frame 2. So we're going to pull frame 2. Frame 2 we put in there 2 weeks ago, which was just a frame of foundation where we just gave them something to do. And you could already see that these bees have been drawing comb on the foundation. And there's some brood on the foundation. So that's pretty cool. You're going to see right here, Dave, as you can see, they're getting into swarm ideas. So these are all queen cups that we're just going to eliminate right here on the edge of this frame. So if you see any queen cups, you don't have to eliminate them, but I just got rid of them there. And this is a frame of brood. So we're going to potentially move that frame up, and we're just going to so easily just run the rest of these frames. So we're ideally looking for the queen. So you can see that this is a nice frame of cap brood that's full, with the typical drone brood down at the bottom that's capped and starting to emerge. So we know that these bees are going to start to think about taking off pretty soon. So this is like the perfect time to be doing the Demaree. So that's the second brood. And you notice, Dave, when I'm putting them into the quiet box, I'm putting them into the same order as I took them out. So I'm just maintaining, I'm just moving from here to there. You keep it covered up to keep them calm. And we just keep moving. We're just gonna take to the next frame. And again, a beautiful frame of cap brood. And again, we're scanning for the queen, and I can't remember if this queen is marked or not. I do like to mark the queens just to make it a little easier when you're doing the Demaree, but you don't have to. But again, there, we found the queen. So there you go, Dave. So this is the queen right there. So the queen is always going to stay in the, so we're going to move the queen down here. And we know these two other frames, we're going to leave. This is a frame that she's got a little bit of laid on, but not much. So these are the two brood frames that I'm going to leave down in the brood chamber. So the frame that she was on, and also a frame with some other brood on it. So all this other brood, that's one frame of brood, is going to go up here. Again, we're just looking to make sure that if you do see swarm cells, you're going to cut them out. If you see cups, you can cut them out, but not necessarily. But we don't see any swarm cells yet. We just saw some cups. So that's the second frame of brood. This is lovely, Dave. This is just beautiful. This is the third frame of brood. Again, you can see that they're starting to put some cups at the bottom, but they're not charged. There's nothing in them. So we're doing this just at the right time. So that's the third frame of brood. And again, another, oh, this one had a little bit in it. So you got to check those queen cups. So there's a queen cup that, so sometimes what I'll do is on the bottom of the frame where there's a lot of cups, I'll just take my Hive tool and just run the bottom, because that's usually where the cells are. So you don't want to miss any. So you just sort of run your Hive tool along the bottom if you're not sure, and that'll get rid of your cups. So let's see frame 8. Frame 8 should be a food frame on the last frame inside the box. It has some brood on it. Has a brood on it. So it was pretty full. So that's a brood frame 2 on frame 8 with just some cap brood. So there was actually 7 frames of brood and not 6 frames of brood into here. So what I'll probably do on this hive is I'll probably move this frame of brood up too. So this frame of brood will move up into, and the one frame of food that we put in, we'll just drop it into position 6. So this will be now frame 8, which is a food frame, has some nectar and pollen on it. We'll go into position 8, frame 8. Frame 7 will be drawn comb if you have it. If you don't have drawn comb, you could put foundation in to frame 7. So that's 7, 6. So 5 and 4 will be the 2 frames of brood that I thought, no, the queen was on here. We just have to, I don't see her on that frame. So we'll put this frame in here. So this will be 5. So right in the middle is you want your brood.
She was on that other one.
She was
when you put her in, yeah.
We'll take a look. So this is brood 2. So we're gonna put 4 as brood. So the question is the queen in our quiet box? And the answer is maybe.
She was definitely on that that one that you put in first just now. She was on that one when you took her out.
Dave is right. So there's the queen right there. She's last year's queen. She has a green dot on her, so she looks good. So she's in 5. 4 is brood. 3, and 2 are drawn comb. If you don't have drawn comb, you can do foundation. So just as a quick review, there are eight deep frames in the keeper's hive. The 1 queen and the 2 queen keeper brood boxes are identical. In this hive, there were 7 frames of cap and open brood in the box. So we basically left 2 frames of brood right in the middle, and we brought 5 frames of brood up into the exchange box. So we organized after we moved the brood up. We organized the brood chamber. Frame 1 and 8 are food frames. Frame 4 and 5 in the middle are the brood, and frames 6 and 7 and 2 and 3 are either drawn comb or foundation. So the queen has plenty of room to continue to lay. And we brought 5 frames up in here. We're gonna put our window back on. We're gonna take the remaining bees from our quiet box and shake them at the top. And lastly, we're gonna add our first super. We'll probably add 2 supers to this hive because it's a pretty strong hive, but I got 1 right now. So we're just gonna put 1 on for now. We're gonna leave a little 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch gap right at the front here. Again, you don't have to, but you do need a way for the drones to come out. There was plenty of cap drone brood on those frames that we brought up. So in a week or 2, when that drone brood emerges, it needs a way to fly out. So we'll just put that little gap right there. Inner cover, insulation, telescoping outer cover, and there's the Demaree, Dave. The Demaree does not get any easier than being done in the keeper's hive. And so what I've done is basically ensured, at least for the next couple weeks, that this hive won't swarm. I've kept all the bees in the box to make honey, and I did it all while sitting on a stool with my beautiful quiet box. So that's what you got, the Demaree. I hope you guys are starting to learn it, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. Please, comment and ask questions below. I really like to hear what people are thinking and the questions that people have, and hopefully everyone's as successful as we have been using the keeper's hive. Happy beekeeping, guys. Thanks so much.